Alright, today I got the new Pure Hands weapon, and I'm going to be using it to solo the raid. So, here I got the Pure Hands. I've upgraded its cooldown to level 4, and its damage to level 3. If we look at my profile here, you can see I've got the bat, the white pigeon pet, the comedy and Oni mask, and the AP and the attack passive, and the double damage perk. And I got the exclusive Pure Hands effect, just because I've seen it in this eye effect. It's pretty cool. And I haven't rolled a trait on it because I just spun for Pure Hands right now. So I'm gonna try and roll for Focus 3 for the raid. Beast. I'm good. You don't need Beast. Focus 3 is better than Beast. There we go. So Focus 3 will increase our skill damage, Beast increases our damage and attack speed. We don't really need that for the raid. I just want to mention that I'm just going to be using Pure Hands, not going to be using Katana. I'm just going to be using the Pure Hands right here. So, I'm going to get into a raid. We're going to solo this. Alright, so just loaded in. We got the Pure Hands at 100 Mastery, of course. It's actually a little underwhelming, the 100 Mastery move. Fist Barrage does more damage than Shatter Fist, which is pretty shocking. It's just the scaling of Fist Barrage is so low. But let's see our damage we're going to deal. So Red Strike does 120. Our Fist Barrage does 477. Not bad. And then we got 162 for Rising Fist. And then Shatter Fist does 687. Maybe I didn't notice that it's a 2-hit attack. But if you notice in our double damage bar, the fists, they don't actually fill up the double damage bar pretty fast. So we can't actually always have double damage on, which is a huge negative doing the raid. And let me just check how much the M1s do. 35 damage. For some reason, M1 attack scaling just got extremely high this update. Alright, so we got double damage. Let's check out the double damage attack. So, Fist Barrage does 559. Red Strike does 173. For the cooldowns on these moves. Rising does 228. And we got Shatter Fist with 1014. Since it's an epic weapon, it's not too bad, I guess. It's obviously not the greatest damage in the world. But the Pure Hands style, it's pretty fun. I like the Fist Barrage move, it's pretty cool. I just, the sound effects of the move, it's just kind of strange that it's the same sound effects as the baseball bat. And I believe our ult right here, hold on, let's pop it with double damage, because I think our ult is probably our weakest move. It's weaker than everything. The 76%, 74%. I only did about 600 damage. Each percent is like 300 health, so it did about 600 damage on the boss, which is not too great considering we just did 2000 damage right there. But the cooldowns, they're all right. They're not extremely fast, but like they're fast enough, I suppose. You can see in the left corner, our double damage has run out, but we haven't done enough damage to fill the bar back up. So I think that's an issue, that the damage is just extremely low, or even the cooldowns being extremely low. Like, I'm not being able to spam the moves as much as I'm able to. And I also want to mention Make sure if you're using pure hands that when you pop the alt, you can only hit what's exactly in front of you. It's not like a full AoE alt, kind of like how most weapons in the game. So if you're wondering the alt is bugged, it's just the aiming is kind of strange. It's an interesting choice. Alright, now he's finally done. That took about 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Definitely wasn't the fastest one. 7 minutes right there. I guess that's alright. Alright, so my final thoughts for the pure hands. I definitely think for it being an epic, it's not the worst thing in the world, but if you were to go for any weapon that isn't like a mythic or a divine weapon, I would recommend you go for the dual guns, even the zombie claws. I think they're you'll find more damage output from them. And I really wish that weapons like the axes and the baseball, that they just had really fast cooldowns but just really low damage. I think that would help counterbalance what makes these weapons so rare, is giving them high cooldown but with high damage, but just keeping the cooldown low and the damage like keeping the damage alright. Like, doesn't have to be anything crazy, but enough to where if you scale higher with like these pets and stuff, and all these other stats, that it's at least viable to run if you just want to play them for fun, because I think the pure hands is a fun weapon. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys like to see more weapon raids, even if they're common weapons or even some of the mythic weapons, just let me know and I'll grind up some coins to get their upgrades high like this, and I'll solo raids with any of your weapons. So just let me know any suggestions of what you would like to see, and thanks for watching.